All right, my little sweethearts, come sit here with Grandpa Lucas. Are you ready for a story? This is a special one, just for you. Once upon a time, in a cozy little room just like yours, lived a little girl who had two beautiful dolls. Their names were Isabella and Mirabella. Now, these weren't just any dolls. They had a secret. When their little girl owner went to school or went outside to play, Isabella and Mirabella would come to life. It's our secret to Isabella, with her curly brown hair, loved to be the mummy. She would put on a little apron she found in the dollhouse and say, "Mirabella, sweetie, it's time for lunch." And Mirabella, with her bright blue eyes, would giggle and say, "Okay, Mummy, Isabella, can we have pretend tea and cookies?" They would set up a tiny little table with tiny little cups and have the most wonderful tea parties you've ever seen. They'd talk about their day and plan their next big adventure. One sunny afternoon, while their little girl was at the park, Isabella and Mirabella decided to play hide-and-seek. "You count, Mirabella," said Isabella. Mirabella covered her eyes and started counting. 1, 2, 3. Isabella looked around for the perfect hiding spot. She saw the big window was open just a little bit. "Ooh," she thought, "I can hide on the windowsill. Mirabella will never find me there." She carefully climbed up the big toy box and hopped onto the windowsill. The world outside looked so big and exciting. She could see birds flying and leaves dancing in the wind. But as she leaned out just a tiny bit to get a better view, a big gust of wind blew. Whoosh! Isabella lost her balance and tumbled out of the window, landing softly in the big, green bush below. "Oh no!" she cried. She was a little scared. The garden seemed so huge from down there. Mirabella finished counting. 10. "Ready or not, here I come." She looked everywhere. Under the bed, behind the curtains, inside the toy chest, but Isabella was nowhere to be found. "Isabella," she called out, her voice starting to tremble. "Where are you?" She went to the window and looked out. There, in the bush, she saw a little bit of Isabella's pink dress. "Isabella, are you okay?" Isabella looked up, her eyes wide. "I'm okay, but I'm stuck." Mirabella knew she couldn't get her by herself. It was too far down. Suddenly, she remembered something their little girl's mummy always said: "If you're in trouble, ask a grown-up for help." Just then, the front door opened. The little girl's grandpa was visiting. He had kind eyes and a warm smile, just like your grandpa. Mirabella knew what to do. She wiggled as hard as she could and fell off the windowsill, landing on the soft carpet. She lay there, perfectly still, right where Grandpa would see her. Grandpa walked into the room. "Well, hello there," he said, picking up Mirabella. "How did you get on the floor?" He looked around and noticed the open window. He walked over, and as he looked out to close it, he saw a flash of pink in the bush. "My goodness!" he exclaimed. He went outside and gently lifted Isabella from the branches. "There you are, little one. You must have had quite an adventure." He brought Isabella back inside and placed her safely on the bed, right next to Mirabella. The two dolls looked at each other. That night, when their little girl came to tuck them in, she put them in their matching pajamas. Isabella and Mirabella snuggled close. They were so happy to be safe and sound together. They learned a very important lesson that day. It's so important to be careful when you play. And always, always listen to your mummy and daddy. And if you ever need help, a grandpa or grandma is always there to make everything all right. Now, my little ones, it's time for you to snuggle into your beds, just like Isabella and Mirabella. Close your eyes and have the sweetest of dreams. Grandpa loves you very much. Good night,